Hello everyone, I am Dominus Orbis, and today I will be doing Packet Tracer 3.5.1.2, the Skills Integration Challenge, which incorporates VLANs, router on a stick, point-to-point protocol, challenge handshake authentication protocol, IP version 4 and version 6, open shortest path first, routing protocol, and static routing. So here's the topology. If we go ahead and look at the instructions, I have an addressing scheme here, but it's missing my VLAN 25 addressing space. So I need to subnet the 192.168.1.0/24 space to incorporate 50 hosts, which I've gone ahead and done right here. So my VLAN 25 will be network.128/26. And the R2 sub-interface gigabit 00.25 will be the first available address, which would be the .129. The PC25 will be the second available address, which will be the .130. And the printer L25 will be the last address, which will be the 190. The 191 will be the broadcast, so it can't be that, and the 192 is the next network VLAN 1. There's an error in Packet Tracer here though, because the L25 configuration tab is locked. So we won't be able to get 100%. But that's okay. Let's go ahead and begin. Passwords are Cisco and class, just like always. Go ahead and start off with the gigabit 00 and issue a no shutdown, which will bring up all the sub-interfaces that have already been configured. Don't forget the encapsulation .1Q plus the VLAN number here. Configure IPv4 addressing on the necessary end devices. On R2, create and apply IPv4 and IPv6 addressing to the gigabit 00.25 interface. We already did the IPv4, let's do the IPv6 now. Here it is. Okay. VLANs on S1. Let's go into our switch. Here's our VLAN table. Create VLAN 86 and name it black hole. So 99 VLAN is the native. The rest will be access, except for the ones we're not using, which we're going to shut down and put in the black hole. Says gigabit 1, 1, and 2. I think that's wrong. Yeah, it should be 0, 1, 0, 2. This lab is kind of broken. That's okay. We're going to put these in the black hole. They're not going to be used. And we're going to shut them down as well. Check our VLAN table here. Got the port 1 trunking. On R2, configure inner VLAN routing. So this is going to be our sub interfaces here on router 2. They all need IP addresses, except for the .25. They need IPv4. And the .99 needs to be set up as native. Okay, good. Just follow the table. Don't forget the command is encapsulation.1q and whatever VLAN it is associated with. So 1, 15, 25, 99. We already did the .25. The .99 will be the native. Same command on the encapsulation. Just type in native. There we go. Alright, that looks good. Let's set up PPP, point-to-point protocol, between R1 and R2. We're going to use CHAP authentication, and the password is Cisco. Let's start with R2 here. Password is Cisco. Okay. We're on R2. We're going to set up a username first with the remote hostname router, so it'll be R1. It has to match. It's case sensitive. Does this say encrypted? Let's do secret, make it safe, and see if the packet tracer points go up. Now let's do it unencrypted, because the points did not go up. There we go. I guess they don't want to be secure. Okay, we're going to use CHAP here. Alright, now time to do routing. On R1, configure the default routes for IPv4 and 6 appropriate exit interface. Now we're on R1. The interface to the ISP is a 001. Okay? Okay. On R2, configure a default route IPv6 using the appropriate exit interface. That's going to be 0000. Now IPv4 OSPF on R2. We're still on R2, so let's go ahead and do that. Process ID 1, router ID 11. Nope. 2222. advertise the networks, router ID, area 0. Propagate the default route on R1. Doesn't say passive interface, but we're going to anyways. My wildcard, my area. Need to make all the gigabit interfaces passive. Now go back to R1. Same thing. Do show IP route connected network. Add my network statements, what I'm going to advertise, and my OSPF updates. Should start getting some adjacencies now. There we go. We're going to redistribute that default route to the ISP with the command default information originate. No passive interface here. Okay. I should have gotten an adjacency on R2 as well. There it is. Alright. Now we're going to do the IPv6 routing protocol. So we have to enable unicast routing. There are no network statements, it's a per interface configuration. So let's go to R1. The command in the global config is IPv6 unicast routing, then IPv6 router OSPF. Process ID is the same. Router ID is selected by using the highest loopback, the highest assigned IPv4 address that's active. But since we're doing IPv6, we have to manually assign it. No LAN interface here, so no passive interfaces. Actually, we're going to make the serial interface 001 passive. And we also need to redistribute the route. There we go. Okay, move on to R2. From the global config, unicast routing, router ID, and all my passive interfaces. We need to enable OSPF v6 on all the interfaces and the sub-interfaces. All right, looks good. Looks like I'm missing something. Okay, the printer L25 here, we cannot access that, so that's some points we're not going to get. But this is the mistake I made right here. What is that? Router 2 default route. Okay. Did it tell us to do an IPv6 route for router 2? Got it. So we need to do no IP route 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. IPv6 route 0. That should give us 94 points. Okay, right here. These extra 6 points are this printer we cannot access right here. Right here. However, we should be able to ping everything. Let's try that. There we go. There's some commands we need to remember: the IP, show IP protocols, show IP OSPF neighbors. Once again, I am Dominus Orbis. I hope this video has been informative, and I want to thank you for viewing.